Alright, this is going to be how to do an oil change on at least a 1998 Kawasaki KLR 650. Procedure should be about the same for the 87 to 2003. And what you want to do, undo this one, that's the, see if I can get a good shot of that, 17mm right there. And so open that up, let the oil drain. Right, so once you get it loosened up, unscrew it, there's a little washer on there. You also want to make sure before you do this, warm up the engine so you have nice hot oil, and that way it gets all the crap out. You don't have, well, it just makes it easier to flow, makes it, yeah, carries the stuff better. Alright, after it's pretty much done draining, what you want to do, because I started this on the kickstand, is tilt the bike upright so it gets more oil out. For God's sake, don't pull the bike over on top of you. Don't be an idiot. But yeah, you might have to rock the bike a little bit. Get as much out as you can. Just grab it by the handlebar, rock it back and forth a little bit. Helps if the wheel is straight with balance. After you tilt the bike back and forth and get most of the oil out, what you want to do is get your 7mm socket, and this is the oil filter inside here. Two bolts, one here and one here. They're both 7mm. Just undo those, unscrew them, and then you want to pry really carefully on the outside of this to get the cap off. This cap is a real pain in the ass to get out, so if you're going to use a screwdriver, be really careful. Do not snap that tab off. Just got to work at it quite a bit. It's really stuck in there. There's an O-ring around the outside that's sort of holding it in there. Make sure you don't lose or damage that when you take it out or put it back in. Okay, as you can see, I got the cover off. So to get this out, you might need pliers, might not. It just comes right out. And if you drain enough oil out, there's just some sitting in there. Save this for later, show you why. But there's leftover oil in there. So get a rag and clean out that bit, and then move on with the rest. Alright, so I got the new oil filter right here on the right. You can see the difference. I'm going to use a high flow HF 123. Reason you want to save the old one for now, at least, is because it's got this little metal thing in there. And cut it out. And also, when you get the new filter, make sure that it's got these rubber grommets on each side. Get a little bit of oil from your pan here. Okay, both sides. There's a normal end and then a smaller end. Doesn't matter which way you put that in the filter. When you put it back in the bike, you want to make sure that the small end goes in first. And it sits right in there. When you put the cap back on, there's an arrow here that points up. You can also line up the tabs. Tab there, tab there. Put it on. Make sure the O-ring is in place. Black part there. And it should slide right in. Might need a little bit of encouragement. Turns really easy, so don't worry if it's not aligned. Put it back in. Make sure you start it off by hand. Make sure you're not stripping any threads. Because if you go right for the wrench and it's hard to, turn it, chances are you're gonna foobar something, and that's not good. Or when you put the these nuts back in, just make them snug. Don't want to over torque them, strip them, whatnot. So just snug will do. Make sure you got the washer on there. I think this one's aluminum. And let's see, just put it in, screw it back in, and that torque specification is here in the climber manual. It's going to be oil drain plug over to 17 foot-pounds. Wait for the click. Right there. clean up after yourself. Oil filler cap is right here, right side of the bike, just near the oil filter cap. It's right here. Just unscrew that. Make sure you don't lose the O-ring. Alright, best way to pour oil that I've found. Hold the can sideways. That way it doesn't choke for air and spill all over the place. Goes right in. You also have pretty good control over the amount that comes through. Make sure you got the O-ring on there. And screw the cap back in. After you've got all that stuff set up, back together, you want to start the bike, make sure you get all the oil circulated through the filter. Come down here, make sure you're not leaking any oil anywhere. Right down there looks good. Not leaking from around there, that's good. Shut her off. Wait a little bit, let all the oil drain down. And then to check, make sure you got the right amount of oil in here. What you want to do is tilt the bike so that it's vertical. In that window, it's sort of hard to see because the oil is clear. You can see it creep up. When the bike is vertical, right about there, it should go just above the top of the window. That's how to do an oil change on a Kawasaki KLR 650. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope it helped. Please rate the video and leave comments. Good luck.